Hello guys, you're welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Synthetic Goddess. On this YouTube channel, I teach strategies to become a profitable trader even if you're a beginner. So if you're new to this channel, kindly hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell to be notified whenever I drop any video. So in this video, I quickly want to do a recap of this trade that I am on right now. I want to do a recap of it, what I saw before entering the trade, the confirmation and everything, so that whenever you want to pick this kind of trade, you'll be able to know what to look out for and what you need to do whenever you want to enter this kind of trade, and how you can see this confirmation on every other trade. So I'm just going to explain from the beginning. I'm going to explain to you how I picked these PO highs. You can see I picked some PO highs that got respected as well, how I picked all these PO highs that got respected, and eventually one worked out. This one worked out. So I'm just going to explain to you how I picked all of this PO high and how I eventually took this trade. So on the 4 hours time frame, let's just start from the 4 hours time frame. We had a break of structure to the downside. We had a break of structure to the downside. Let's just check in. We had a break of, this was our last break of structure. This particular movement, this movement did not enter into our internal structure. This movement did not enter into this internal structure. So I am sure that when market is coming, breaking this high is not a break of structure for me. It is to enter into this internal structure back. But eventually, if we break this high, that is a break of structure for me. So when market is coming, if it takes this high, this is a range structure take, meaning it just took range structure and then it entered into the PO high to continue to the downside. So I just went to the 1 hour time frame. Checking the 1 hour time frame, you can see we have a PO high around here. This is a PO high here. This is a PO high that is very close to this range structure, and it is inside an internal structure. All other movement was balanced. All other movement was balanced except this one. We had imbalance for this one. So I'm just going to mark that out. I'm just going to mark that out as our PO high. I'm just going to mark this out as a PO high. So here we go. All right. So when the market got into this PO high, I was not just waiting. I was not in a hurry to just enter into the market. So I waited for a confirmation. Like I would always say, you should always wait for a confirmation. A PO high can eventually become a reaction zone without a confirmation. That is what I am always telling you guys. So you need to wait for a confirmation before you just jump into the market anyhow. The market will always present different opportunities. The market will always present to you different things. So yeah, I waited for this break of structure. I waited for this particular break of structure. So after we had this break of structure, now let's go to the 15 minutes time frame, and I will tell you why I picked all of these POI, and then you can see that the market respected all those POIs from beginning till the end. The market respected them, and I marked them even before the market got in there. Now this is we had break of structure here. This is a break of structure to the downside. Okay, let me start the analysis from this place. We had a break of structure to the downside. The market went up, but we did not enter into this internal structure. So eventually I'm just going to be counting this as my last break of structure, because this market did not enter into POI. So we had a movement to the downside, we broke structure to the downside, and then the market came back to use a PO high here. Now we had a break of structure to the downside. There was a deep movement to the downside. This movement did not enter into PO high, so I am expecting the market around this PO high, and eventually the market got back there, and then we had a little break of structure, a minor break of structure. So after we had the minor break of structure, on the 5 minutes time frame, I marked out a PO high here. The PO high I marked here was on the 5 minutes time frame. The market respected it, and then it broke this low. Now, after we had this first BMS, I marked out this area already. I already marked out this area after we had this first intent. So I marked out this area already, that whenever the market is coming back, the market will just use this place to continue to the downside. And why did I mark that out? Now, if you check the 5 minutes time frame, checking the 5 minutes time frame, we had impulsive movement, a base candle. Then after the base candle, we had impulsive movement to the downside again. Now, this movement to the upside did not enter into the base candle before giving us all of this range structure. So this place is being left void. Now, when the market comes back here, the market will definitely react, even if it is not going to use this area to continue. Now, I placed a limit here. And then I put my stop loss above this eye. My stop loss was above this eye. I put a sell limit here, and when market got there, it sniped it. The market sniped it. Oh, when the market got there, the market sniped it. The market sniped it when it got there, as you can see. Now, the reason I marked out this area also was because the market is going to react when it comes to this area. We had the break of structure, then a deep impulsive movement to the downside. Now, coming back, the market would want to respect this particular place, because that is the last area that was respected. So as you can see, the market got back in there and it respected it, but it used it to continue the movement to the upside. It used this movement to continue to the upside. Now, when the market got here, it was very sniped because I set the sell limit there, and the market moved to the downside. Now, when the market broke this eye, I knew the market would be taking this eye. When the market broke this eye, I knew it was going to be taking this eye. So I think I exit my trade around this area. And I looked out for the area the market might be respecting soon. This is the 15 minutes time frame. We had impulsive movement. This does not automate to me that we have a total break of structure. This is not yet a total break of structure, because we have an area that has not been tested. If market breaks this particular high, that is when I will know the market has changed structure. Perhaps the market is changing the structure already. So I looked at this area. We had the break of structure to the downside, an impulsive move, the market not entering back into a PO high, into the internal structure. So this is an inducement here. This is an inducement. I just marked out this PO high. I think I sent it to our Telegram channel. I marked out this PO high, and I was just expecting the market there. And when the market got into the PO high, there was no confirmation yet for me to enter into the market. So I did not just jump into the market, because the market could eventually break it, and that will be a change of character for me. So when market got into this particular PO high, I waited for the 5 minutes time frame to see if it's going to violate any low. Now, see the low it violated, which is our confirmation. We had this inducement here. There was an inducement here. This is an inducement, and this was the low that induced. We had this low that induced. So I'm going to be marking it out. I'm going to be marking out the low that induced. So this is the low that induced it. I'm going to be marking it out. So where is the PO high the market will possibly use? I marked out this first PO high. This is a PO high here. But I marked out another PO high. Now, we had impulsive move to the downside. We had this base candle. This is a base candle here. So I just marked out this base candle here. And I waited for the market to give me this reaction. If you check the 1 hour time frame, let's check the 1 hour time frame. You can see that was the last area. That was the last area that the market actually broke. This was the last area the market broke. This was the last break of structure here. This was the last break of structure here. Now we had a break of structure here, impulsive move. We had a base candle, and then we had this movement to the downside. So breaking this low, this is a range structure. This is a range structure, or let us call it an inducement for this whole move. This is an inducement for this whole move. So marking that out, I waited for a little reaction again, then I entered into the market. And then if you want an extra confirmation, you would have just waited for this low to get broken, and then you enter around this area to continue to the downside. We had this secondary point of interest tested. The secondary point of interest was tested before the movement to the downside. Always remember that opportunity on the financial market is not monopolized, so you always get opportunity no matter what. So you have to compose yourself not to just jump into the market anyhow and then just trade anyhow. Now my TP will be at this external liquidity. This is my external liquidity that I am expecting the market to take. So I'm going to be putting my TP below this external liquidity, and then I'm just going to break even, and that is all. You always see all of these things on different instruments. Like in fact, on boom and crash, you will always see all of this opportunity. It's just has to do with your analysis, your confirmation, your composure and everything. So you will be able to get all of these things on different instruments, and it's going to work out for you. All right guys, that's going to be all for now. Keep living in the atmosphere of profits. I'll see you in the next video. Have a lovely trading day. Bye.